Hi everyone. This is a beautiful Sunday morning, day of peace, always has been in most countries. Sometimes Saturdays, I believe, in some countries, but this is the day that we think about who we truly are. We think about why we're here. Isn't that what Sundays are about? Not the work, the toil, put down the tools, put down the weapons, but that's not going to be heard, is it, today? What we have going on right now is the masculine energy giving out its last shout out because it knows too, collectively, that this is over. The manipulation, the shows of power through masculine ego is over. But what we see playing out now is the debris, the fear, the ego on fire as it dies, because that's how I truly see this. Having been someone who was given a book in 1991 to channel, all about these times of changes, the big natural cleansing of the planet. But also, I remember, I don't have a copy of that first book with me here in Mexico. What I have to do, and this is the craziest thing ever, I need to buy it off one of the sellers on the internet. And that's because somehow that book is still available and was probably republished by somebody who wanted to make money out of it. I don't have any access to it now, but I am the person who channeled it. And I need to buy a copy because in there it talked about this time, and it talked not only in vivid detail about the natural cleansings through all the elements, the earthquakes, the wind, the fires, all of that had to happen to clear the energy, not to give devastation. It's not anger, that's coming through the natural field. That's not it. It has to cleanse because we have the energy of all the wars that were ever fought during this period on this earth plane, and that needs to be removed. As is with ourselves, that we are removing the negativity from within ourselves. We are healing, or we should be. How many of you have meditated today? How many of you are about to prepare a plant-based lunch so that you have not killed or sacrificed an animal in order to eat? And also that you're not going to put that heavy, dead, karmic flesh into your body, that you are going to put in some fresh vegetables to keep the energy high, so that during today you too can reflect and power out positive energy. But in that book, that channeled book that I was afraid to channel, I hid it away for 6 months and then everything left my life. And I sat in a rented, dark, dingy house that I had to rent at the end of all of this. And I said to myself, what is it that I'm not doing? And I knew that I had to pull those pages out about the deep cleansing that was going to go on. But what else was in there was that there would be war on different sides of the countries. There would be war going on. And that they were talking about this time now. And now we're in the midst of that. But we have the chance here to use our energy to focus on love, peace, equality, and freedom, which is what our new world's about. So take some time today. If you're not used to meditating and realizing your own power and your own force field, then just do 10 minutes. But if you are an experienced meditator, spend at least 20 minutes this morning and 20 minutes this evening using your energy field, because that is what is important right now. When you think about, and this is what I started to think about earlier on, is the only times I've known that something that the people did, the collective did, made a difference when the ego masculine powers were firing missiles and anger and words at each other, was when TM meditators, do you remember that? Many years ago now, all the TM meditators got together. And what they did, they were in there. I think they went to different regions, actually. There were groups of like 100 or 200 that went to different regions. But this was also done across the world because, you know, energy just travels. It doesn't matter where you are. But they had ceasefires. They did this when there was not wars, but there were areas where there was a lot of violence. And the only thing that worked was that there was incredible figures, different staggering figures, that the crime rates went down when these people were meditating with either a vision of that area in mind or when they were doing it in that particular area for that area. So we know that it's all about us. It's about us realizing our power to do this. Do you know, I was trying to think when I last did this. It's got to be during the last 4 years. There was some sort of atrocities going on. And I had a friend of mine that I worked with do a caduceus symbol. She said to me, why do you want this? I said, I'm going to ask people to visualize this at 9 p.m. every night over this particular country. Do you know, there's been so many conflicts. I can't remember now which one that particular artwork was done for. But I have the artwork here. And this is something that I proposed recently in a video, that we come together at 9 o'clock. And I actually did it, you know, I don't know whether many other people did it that evening with me. But what I do know is during the last 4 years, when I put this out there, and I did it on as many media sites that I belong to. So I put it out very widely. I took a whole day working on making sure everybody knew that we were going to do this at 9 o'clock. We were going to sit and calm ourselves, bring our energy together, really focus our energy on the vision of the caduceus, and we were going to place it over that country. But you know, this was like a couple of days later, there was 2 videos that appeared on the internet of people seeing it in the sky. I mean, I found that mind-blowing. I shouldn't have found it mind-blowing because I know, being a healer as well and having worked with healing one-to-one on people and seen the amazing results, and all it is that I'm channeling down a divine energy that heals. It's not me. It's that I allow my vessel to be that channel because I discipline myself to keep it in that state where I am available in that way. I'm not in my head. I'm not in emotional turmoil. My body's not too heavy, trying to digest all sorts of foods that shouldn't be in there. And my energy is vibrant and ready to go. And then I can be the channel for the higher energies coming in and joining with my frequency. That's all it is. So here I've just pulled this out again, my caduceus. I'm just going to try and show you this. This is the symbol you need. This is the universal symbol of healing. It's part of the, I know, UK code of practice. It's the symbol for the doctors and the acceptable healers like that. I mean, I say that because a lot of people still don't believe in healing, real healing, you know, natural healing. But this is the caduceus that you need to have a visualization of, and you just hold this in your mind, and then you let your mind, your higher mind, travel with that, and you visualize the place where you need to place this. And we need to put this over the turmoil of America that even voted the abomination of a president that they have in his ego. But we also need to place this over Israel and Iran. We need to do this so that this is the caduceus healing symbol. Within symbology, within the energy field, this is held as a high healing peace symbol. So that's why it works. So this is something we can do that is so powerful. Think about World War II, when England in particular had a 9 o'clock, and I think it might have been 3 minutes silence, and it was held for peace. And there was one of the German higher ups who said that the power was from England, from the United Kingdom. It was from the power. They couldn't see how it turned around. They couldn't explain it. And I can't remember who that was. I should have written it down. But these are the times when the people take back their power. Forget the rage. We could all go into that over the ridiculousness of what is happening at this time on our planet. But what we need to do is turn within and start really turning up our personal power within the collective. So 9 o'clock tonight, we're going to get together. I tried to have a look and see if I could go live. I'm not somebody who can go live on my YouTube because I don't have enough subscribers. So please subscribe. Please share this video. Please like this video. It will help, because I've had a lot of people not want me to put the truth out, especially the 42 Truth Testaments that I was asked to channel like in August 2022. And those are all about what we need to be doing right now. So if you haven't read those are on a playlist on my YouTube channel here. But what we can do is come together. And as I said, I don't know a few years ago when I last did this, because I've done this throughout the years, many, many times, even when the internet was really in its first stages. I was maybe on Facebook only then, but I put out a picture of a caduceus and asked people to do it whenever there was big turmoil. But this time, less than 4 years ago, because I've only been here 4 years and I know it since I was here, there were people who actually saw a vision of it in the sky. I mean, it shocked me. It shouldn't have done, because I've had amazing things happen that I know come from the subtle worlds, the subtle energies. So come together today at 9 p.m., whatever that time is. It's going to be different across the world, but that's okay, because what we get is a wave, don't we? A permanent wave going on. Like in the UK right now, they're 7 hours ahead. So it's going to be brilliant if we can do this across the world. And if you share this video, we're coming together. We're going to align with our own breath. That's the simplest way to do it. Start being conscious of your breath for about 5 minutes before 9 o'clock. And then we are all going to visualize the caduceus symbol over the countries that we know need it, to bring these people back to who they truly are and stop this madness. Thank you for listening. Don't forget, please subscribe and like the video. It really helps us with this project.